A small town in the Welsh Hills hopes to start a revolution in how we, the consumers, behave. Crickhowell calls itself a fair tax town. Campaigners here want large corporations, Google, Starbucks, Facebook, Amazon and so on, to pay the same rates of tax as small businesses across the country. Steve Lewis is busy in his coffee shop, returning parcels to Amazon decorated with this message. He wants people to start asking whether it's right to carry on using companies that give so little back in tax.
Their brand is their strength. Now, if you erode that brand in the consumer's mind and the customer's mind and start them thinking, well, are these guys good citizens? Are they part of our community? And if they're not, what are we going to do about it? But it will require the customer and the consumer to step up.
Steve Lewis would like people to use local companies, and in this town, that's still possible.
One of the interesting things when you walk around Crickhowell is seeing that almost every shop is locally owned. They're independent. And that is so different to the typical British town these days, which are dominated by the same old big chains. And it helps explain why people in this town are passionate about the Fair Tax campaign.
Stephen Askew is the town's baker, always ready to tell his customers why fair tax matters.
I think what we've got to do is make people realise that it's them that are being shortchanged. You know, if everyone paid the fair share, we'd have had a hospital full of doctors and nurses, we'd have had a full police force, there wouldn't be potholes all over the road, we'd have good service in a country with no austerity, perhaps everyone would pay a little less tax.
Just round the corner, Jeff Thomas sells clothes for hiking in the notoriously wet Welsh Hills and is a prominent member of the campaign.
It's a really nice, well-fitted jacket. The whole thing is just so wicked and naughty. You have enormous firms in Britain making millions and millions of pounds and contributing nothing to the infrastructure of the country. And as far as I see, it's the sort of breakdown of civilization as we know it if it continues as it is.
But are politicians ready to take on global corporations? And are we ready to stop searching on Google, friending on Facebook and drinking coffee in Starbucks? In Crickhowell, they believe the future of their town depends on how we choose to live our lives. Barnaby Phillips, Al Jazeera, Crickhowell.